back to the Wellbeing Matters. Today we have a guest and it's August, so we have World Breastfeeding Month celebration throughout the month of August, and with us we have a guest, Mrs. Damilola Alwell-Otuneme.
Yes.
I got it. Welcome to the Wellbeing Matters.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. We're so happy to have you. And let me tell you about her. She's been a nurse for over 16 years. Like, she got a nursing degree and midwifery since June 2010. And she also has a master's in mental health, right? Mm-hmm. Mental health nursing. And she happened to be a full-time nurse in Eastern North Carolina, in the United States, and with 3 beautiful children. Full-time mom and full-time nurse. So she just had a recent baby. 3 children, like, is not a joke in this country.
Not at all.
With no help. When did you have your baby?
I had her in April 24th.
April 24th. Mm-hmm. Trust me, that's a busy period too. That was after Easter. And oh my goodness. And she has 2 children under 5, and one is 6-year-old. I know you have the first one, 6-year-old.
6-year-old. The second is 4-year-old.
Tell me about it. Being a full-time mom. Because motherhood is full-time, and then still working full-time. How has it been in this country?
I can say it's been crazy. Let me just put it like that.
Share with us. Let's learn from you.
It's been crazy. I came in with 2 boys. And then before I knew it, I was pregnant. And, at first it was mixed feelings. And I was like, how am I going to cope? Because one thing I didn't want to do, one thing I didn't want to go through was pregnancy, most especially at the initial period. Okay. But as God will have it, I was pregnant within few months.
As an immigrant, I get that.
So, at first, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like the idea. I didn't like how it happened. But I had to cope. I had to look for a way to manage. So I just had to. And I was working, full time. Med-surg unit. Every nurse will know that med-surg unit is not easy.
Okay.
In America, back home, if you're a med-surg nurse, you're just you just do your regular thing. But here, you just have to be on your toes from morning till evening, 12-hour shift. So it was not easy. The pregnancy period was not easy. And postpartum too. Postpartum period too was something else.
Okay, let's talk about pregnancy a little bit. We're celebrating breastfeeding month, and then looking back now, because if we want to have a successful breastfeeding, you have to prepare for that, right? Sure. I'm a mom of 1 too, and I know that we need to prepare ahead. So looking back with your experience of 3 children, what do you think every first-time mom should prepare for? Postpartum breastfeeding?
Okay. What I wish I knew before I had my first baby was that you need to be prepared. Preparation now involves physical preparation, psychological preparation. When I talk about physical preparation now, what you eat after delivery, you just have to prepare it. Maybe you cook some things, put them in the freezer, and then it will make it easy for you after delivery. And then psychologically, you just have to be prepared. Have people around you that will help you. Don't think you can do it all. It's not something, you are not Jackie Chan. You cannot do it all. So you just have to have people around you. Don't isolate yourself.
Why did you say Jackie Chan? That was a movie we used to watch while growing up, childhood memories.
Yeah, because he was showing off, full of energy,
You can't do it alone.
You cannot do it alone. Yeah. You can't do it alone. You need friends, you need family, you need your husband. In fact, you need your children, the ones that are older. You need them, teach them. Let them know what they can do for you. You go and pick pampers, go and pick the wipes, Let them be prepared before the baby comes. Let them know that they need to help mommy too when the baby comes. So, and then your neighbors, if you have friendly neighbors, even church community, your church community, people at work. I knew people that told me at work that, Dami, when you give birth, just give me a call. I'll come over and help you.
They're ready to help.
Yeah, they were ready to help. But one thing is lending helping hands. Another thing is receiving that
able
help.
To accept.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to be ready to accept help.
Thank you. Because the Wellbeing Matters have an accountability community, and we have more moms in our group. We have young women too. Our group is for both men and women, but we have more mothers in ratio in the group. And then this conversation is actually important because some people have difficult postpartum experiences, and the conversation needs to just go from have your baby, take care of yourself, breastfeed your baby, without actually looking out for intentional support, and also how to access community resources or protecting our mental health. I mean, creating routines to help you have a successful breastfeeding and postpartum experience cannot be done alone. So I would like to rely on your vast experience of mental health, especially in nursing, on how do you think women should recognize baby blues, or when it's going towards more postpartum anxiety,
Okay. Talking about baby blues.
Yeah, what's baby blues? Yeah, actually, not everybody knows baby blues.
And postpartum depression. Most
Anxiety,
people are unable to differentiate between the two.
Yes.
But when you talk about baby blues, it's just from the way it sounds. Baby blues. You are happy. You are excited. That's immediately after delivery. You are excited about your baby. Of course, you're excited to have your newborn, but with that excitement, some things come with it, like feeling that you're not enough, feeling inadequate. When you have baby blues, you are anxious, which is expected. You are happy. You are extremely happy.
Can be on the
extreme. And then baby blues last for 2 to 3 weeks. And then you can also have this anxiety. The anxiety is part of baby blues because you don't know it happens most especially with first-time moms.
New experience, actually.
Yes, you don't know how to care for the newborn, how to bathe the baby, how to position the baby to latch properly on the breast. Those are the things that cause the anxiety. When you are breastfeeding your baby and your baby is not getting enough breast milk, or when you're feeding the baby and you think the baby is not increasing in weight, so you think that you are not doing enough. But when the feeling, the mood is like mood swing, when it's now tilting towards sadness, when you are feeling so much inadequate, and then it's lasting for longer than 3 weeks, because baby blues last between 2 to 3 weeks. But when it's now lasting for more than 3 weeks and you are feeling sad, you feel like hurting your baby, you are isolating yourself, you are withdrawn from people around you, that is moving towards postpartum depression
and anxiety, and you need to seek help. Actually.
Yeah, you need to seek help. When you notice all that, you feel sad. After delivery, you don't get enough sleep, and that's
tell me about that.
I remember I went to 2 weeks after my delivery, the delivery of my baby. I went to the clinic, and I was talking with one of the healthcare provider, and she was like, "Dami, you look terrible. Yeah, I bet you have not slept for days." I said, yes, you understand. And right there, I busted into tears. She said, wow.
You feel seen.
Yeah, I felt so seen. And my husband was there. That was even the parts I liked most. My husband was there, and he was like, wow, you need to sleep better. So since that day, anytime I tell him I need to sleep, he will just grab the baby, take care of the baby while I rest. So
let's take that in. Your husband was there to hear that coming from is he your colleague or just the provider?
A colleague. She's a nurse. She's a nurse practitioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we look at that, when some mothers don't have that support system, because your husband went with you for the appointment, and then even when that comment was made, it was like, oh, I need to take more proactive measures. But tell me, has your husband been there for you? Because for him to have followed you to the appointment, it shows he's been there. So
yes, he had to be there because it was a conversation we had to sit down and talk about. Okay. When we were in Nigeria, there was nothing because it was always busy. You know, there was nothing like following me for antenatal. You know, at home in Nigeria because it's something that I didn't even really see the importance.
What does it do when he was in Nigeria?
He's a doctor.
He's a medical doctor.
Yes,
so yeah,
in orthopedic surgery. So he didn't really have time. Okay. I would go and then do the necessary things, and then maybe the time I'm going, I'll just dash out from my office and go for antenatal while he is busy, and then go back to my office. But here we had to sit down.
Yeah, in America.
Yeah, in America.
Let's listen to that experience.
Everything is different.
Okay.
So from the very first day I went to the hospital to
have your baby,
to register, to book.
Oh, for the pregnancy.
Yes, during pregnancy he has been there. He did not miss one antenatal appointment. He was always there with
so he
me.
had to ensure and maybe schedule his calendar to ensure that he's always going with you for appointments.
Yes,
okay.
He was working, but we will always schedule it to meet up with his
organization. And they have 2 other kids before they had this newborn.
Yes, most of the time I even go with my last baby, my younger boy.
Okay.
Because my first boy is always in school. But the younger boy will go with me. Most of the time, if I'm not doing ultrasound, he will come with me. He too will witness it. Sometimes he will ask me, Mommy, is that the baby? Is that the baby's heartbeat?
And that's how you get them prepared for the other sibling. Because sometimes there are conversations about how do you get your other child ready for the new addition.
He understood everything. Oh. I was even surprised when he told me, Mommy, is that the baby's heartbeat? So it was part of the process.
Okay.
So when you tell him something about the baby, he understands. When you tell, even when I had the baby, my husband was part of it from the beginning till the end. So postpartum, during the postpartum, it was so seamless for him to be part of it.
Will you say his medical background also gave this opportunity?
Maybe.
Because some men don't understand the essence of being with their wives throughout this process.
Then he was keen. He wanted to know the process. He didn't want any mistake.
Okay.
He wanted to be keen to see everything that was going on.
And see if they need to advocate for his wife. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he did. During the time I was after surgery, after surgery, there was a time something was going on with me, and he came in. He was like, this can't be. He called the consultant, and then in fact, the consultant was not around. He said, I want to see the consultant taking care of my wife.
So let's go deep into that, because I wanted us to have that conversation too of you had cesarean section for all your kids, right?
Yes.
And sometimes some women are privileged to have the vaginal bed delivery.
Yes.
And that can lead to a different postpartum experience. But you had 3 cesarean sections. Tell me about that. Were you ready for that? And how were you able to navigate that with your husband advocating for you here in the country?
Having cesarean section here in the US is different.
Oh, from Nigeria?
From Nigeria.
Tell me.
Why I said it's different is that, in Nigeria, back home, you go through cesarean section, the following day, you're having so much pain. And then you might not really have people to help you, and yet they will not allow people to enter into your room and help you. The nurses in Nigeria might not help, and then They will not allow people that will help you to be in the room to help you. Do you understand what I'm saying? But here, it's totally different. I'm a nurse. I know what I'm saying. And I'm not using it to indict some nurses or nurses in Nigeria. But that is what is happening. So, but here, it is different.
Okay.
You have people sleeping over. My husband slept with me in the hospital. You know, there's a couch, a reclining chair for him to sleep. So he was there right from the beginning. He entered into the theater with me. He was there, and then throughout the surgery, he was there. In fact, he will tell the surgeon, how long do you have more?
Asking questions.
Asking questions.
What's going on with my wife?
Do you understand? So he was there all the way. Okay. And then after the delivery, there were some differences, like cleaning the cord. They don't clean baby immediately here thoroughly.
Okay.
Back in Nigeria, we usually clean our babies immediately. You clean them with olive oil and
Is it a standard procedure?
Yeah, it's a standard. It's a standard here in America. They don't clean thoroughly. They believe that the vernix is like a moisture. It keeps the skin, it gives moisture to the skin.
Okay.
According to them. So they keep it on the skin for like 12 hours. So after 12 hours, they bathe the baby.
Okay.
Unlike in Nigeria, we clean thoroughly. You clean the hair, you clean the skin with olive oil, and then immediately. Okay. So, but here, after 12 hours, that's when they clean thoroughly. So that's one difference. Then the cord, they don't clean cord here. Tell me about it. Back in Nigeria, we clean cords with you clean with spirit.
I remember my daughter we were cleaning every day. And my husband.
Although that is also fading off. They don't clean now. Right. Like every day. There's an antimicrobial gel that you apply on the cord, so it dries off within days too.
So these are things that first-time moms, or even if you didn't have experience with CS, should be aware about that. Yeah. How do I navigate care for my newborn immediately? Because all this will impact your breastfeeding rate. If can you even breastfeed in that situation of navigating cesarean section and taking care of your newborn if you don't have help?
You need that help. Because putting the baby to breast, you need to put your baby to breast as soon as possible.
Yeah, we talk more about breastfeeding than also the other things surrounding the breastfeeding process.
So the breastfeeding, putting the baby to breast, for the baby to latch on the breast, then you as a mother, you are going through pain. You understand? You are going through pain. You need somebody to help you. Like, the nurse here are always there to help you too. They call them doula, But you also need somebody that you're close to, like a family member or a friend to help you. Like even cooking, to cook for you. Postpartum. In America here, postpartum period is a period you need to eat healthy diets too.
I know. That's why I talk about nutritionist.
So you need healthy diets. You need somebody to cook that for you, or whatever you have prepared in the fridge to warm, and then bring it for you, so that you'll be energized. Like before I had my baby, a lot of them were already asking me, and then I had a lot of friends. I had people around me, my neighbors. They were ready. What should I come and do for you? Do you want me to cook food? Like when I was in the hospital, like 4 people cooked. People did amala and egusi.
In this America, I love
people
that.
Did ogi. Yes. People made ogi and akara.
Yeah.
And they brought it to me. There's a sister of mine that brought ogi. I was even surprised. She brought ogi and akara. That's something that would happen in Nigeria. I really appreciated it. And people brought fruit.
Are they all Nigerians?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, I had one person that is from Malawi.
Okay.
Yeah.
African sisters.
Yeah.
We are Africans.
Yeah. So it's good to build
your village,
community, village, like you said. It's good to build it. Don't isolate yourself. Once you are in that situation, welcome people to help you.
And accept that help. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Accept it.
It's good to accept the help.
Postpartum period is very, very stressful. You need to accept help. You need to. In fact, there are sometimes you need to sleep. Just go look for somebody you can drop your baby with, and then go and sleep. You can sleep for the whole day. Just drop your food, drop the baby with the person. So far you trust the person. Just drop the baby, drop the food, and then go and rest. Once you get your rest, come back, pick up your baby, and then you continue from there.
I agree with that sentiment. Especially, you can't give from an empty cup. Yeah. And motherhood, I'm just learning that you need to look out for yourself. Mm-hmm. When I say I'm just learning that, I used to be like, am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? Even with a toddler. But you're like, this is a period where you need to believe in what you're doing. Yes. Can be best if you give yourself that permission to do it well.
Sometimes we feel inadequate as mothers, but we're actually doing the right thing. We're actually doing the best we can at that moment. So we should always feel that we are doing what we can do at that particular time. We are doing it. Don't feel inadequate. That's just it. Then give yourself time to heal.
That's a
Give yourself time to heal. It's not magic. Your body took 9 months to get to that point. So give yourself time to heal. It takes some time. It takes a little bit of time for you to heal.
Wow. So I want to ask you, you're saying it takes a little bit of time to heal. So what are the overlooked aspects of physical healing for us as mothers, especially with a CS delivery? Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Apart from the scar that needs to heal from the surgical procedure, you also need to heal psychologically. The scar one, the back, when they put in the lumbar puncture, I had an experience 2 days after my discharge. I was having this throbbing pain, like vibrating pain right from my spine. I wanted to go out. I took the car key. I wanted to drive out 2 days after discharge. I was going for an appointment, a medical appointment. Immediately I sat in the chair. I started feeling this throbbing, vibrating pain from my back, radiating to my abdomen. Immediately I knew I was doing too much. I just left. I got out of the car. I entered the house and I told my husband, I don't think I can go for the appointment. So sometimes we need to listen to our body. So when you are doing too much, know it. When you are doing some things and you start having headache, when you know you have not slept for some time, sleeping for 4 hours at a stretch is not too much. Sleeping for 6 hours at a stretch is not too much. So let us realize that some of us do that and we wake up and feel guilty. No, we shouldn't.
Because you have a baby.
You shouldn't feel guilty. That's why we can pump. You can pump and then, So when you have scar, you have CS scar, you have a scar from the lumbar puncture that is healing. You also have your body going back to the pre-gravid state. The pre-gravid state is the position your body was before the pregnancy.
Like recovery process.
Yeah. So it takes time for that to happen. So you need to give yourself time to heal. It takes time. And, I appreciate people that go back to work like 6 weeks, like you said. Some go back to work as early as 2 weeks. Because they have to. This is America, they have to go back. There's no pay, maybe because of no pay, no work, no pay.
FMLA issues. Yeah. America is the only developed country that I've seen that is not prioritizing maternal leave, or like maternity leave. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. You remember people talking about Okay.
Like UK, they have 1 year.
They have policies that support women.
In UK, you can go for 9 months and you have your pay.
Maybe because we're a capitalist society. Even when you have women working in healthcare, they don't look out for us. You have to get your PTO used or your FMLA, and if you are not having enough time, you figure it out.
That's it. You just have to figure it out.
And they expect that the maternal health indices will do better. We can do better, especially among us Black folks.
We can actually do better because that period is a period that needs rest. We need recovery before we go back to our usual job. It's something we need to advocate for.
We need to advocate for maternal health support, and we also need maternity leave. We are lending our voice. If you're here watching us, if you're a congresswoman or a congressman, please, we need to prioritize our mothers. Our mothers doing the job. Yes. Motherhood is a full-time job. Sincerely. I'm a full-time researcher. She's a full-time nurse. And we can say that taking care of a child is different from doing your normal job. It's a full-time position. If I would say that. It is not a job you clock 9 to 5 and you leave. It's round the clock. So what are the resources that you think exist here in the US for you while you were navigating, preparing for postpartum, or even during your pregnancy, if you want to compare it to your experience back home? Like, I mean, even from the hospital environment, were there resources? You mentioned doula. Yes, I used the doula, but were you able to use a doula during your time?
I didn't use a doula because I didn't really see the need. Okay. I had my husband like every step of the way, and he was ready to help with everything. So I didn't really see the need to use a doula. Another resource that I saw that was helpful was this breastfeeding team that taught new mothers. They teach them how to encourage lactation, how to put the baby to breast.
I'll try and see and get that so that we can share it on the screen.
Yes.
For mothers in the US, so specifically North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina. That's where we work. Yeah. That's the resources we have awareness about. Do you think the support system? I would say we are lacking it here in the US, especially as immigrants. Do you think it's something we can navigate? Because my work is centered around educating women about their healthy lifestyle, well-being, and I would like to have you share with a mom or an expectant mom about if they should leave this conversation today about discussing postpartum or preparing for breastfeeding. What's one step they should prioritize for preparing for postpartum or breastfeeding in general?
Okay. I would want to advise moms, first-time moms, or even if you are not a first-time mom, what you should prioritize is your mental health. Your mental health is very, very important. You know, when you are healthy, mentally, that is when you can take care of your baby. That's when you can take care of the older ones if you have. That's when you can take care of your family and take care of yourself. You know, when you are depressed, you are anxious, you are not happy, you will not be able to take care of yourself. Talk less of taking care of the baby. So you need to prioritize your mental health.
And we can see it in you. She has a 3-month-old and she's looking so rested. She's happy.
Do you know what?
Tell us the secret.
Do you know what happened to me? Something happened to me when I had my first 2 boys.
Okay.
Even though back in Nigeria I had help, but I did not prioritize my health. I did not prioritize my mental health. I did not take care of myself, even though I had help. So it is not actually the stress, the physical stress. It is what you have in your head. What is going on in your head? You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to take care of your baby, you need to take care of your family, you need to, you are running so much errands.
Around the clock. I want to pump breast milk.
You want to go to work, you still want to do, So what I did back in Nigeria, I did not take care of myself. And within 6 months of having my babies, within 6 months of having my second baby, I became dark. I was looking horrible. The day I had a change of mind was when somebody called me and told me, is this you? The person said, is this Mrs. Orwell? I said, why did you ask? He said, you don't look like Mrs. Orwell. I said, really? He said, no, you can't be. I said, he was really arguing with me like,
you're not the same person.
I said, why are you talking like that? He said, you have become this, you have become darker, you don't take care of yourself. As in, that was a turning point for me. And when I had this pregnancy, I told myself, I said, no, that was not going to happen to me. I took care of myself. I bought everything I needed for myself postpartum before delivery. I made sure I got it ready. And after I delivered, I started taking everything I needed to do.
Talk about how you prepared for it. Sorry to cut you. You said everything you needed before delivery, you bought it.
Yes.
What are the things a new mom should prioritize buying? Because for me, I bought a lot of things that I didn't even need afterwards. But as a nurse and healthcare professional that you are with 3 kids, what are the things that we should buy and should not buy?
Like pump, breast pump.
Breastfeeding
I didn't have breastfeeding pump in Nigeria. I had, but I didn't use it because I didn't see the need. But here, because I didn't have people around to take care of my baby, I had to use it. So I bought breastfeeding pump. I bought supplements.
Is it a prenatal supplement or
prenatal supplement, postnatal supplements? And I started from my head. I bought things that we used to treat my hair,
looking good,
treat my skin.
Interesting.
You understand? So that after
not
delivery,
the cosmetic, right?
No,
you should be
natural stuff.
Routine.
And then before delivery, I started eating fruits, much of fruits and vegetables. So much that I did not gain much weight,
especially 3rd trimester.
Yes, because you tend to gain much weight during 3rd trimester because you eat voraciously. But I had to cut down what I was eating. I cut down my carbs. I was eating more of protein and then vegetables and fruits. And so I got used to it even after delivery, and it helped me to cut down my weight after delivery. I was able to shed like I think 25 pounds immediately. That was 2 weeks after delivery. I was able to go down.
And were you breastfeeding?
I was breastfeeding. I was doing exclusive.
Yes.
I was doing exclusive breastfeeding, although I don't encourage everybody to do an exclusive breastfeeding.
But that's the standard. That's the recommendation. Okay.
But it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, your experience different. That's why you need to work with a professional, right? Yeah. But the standard recommendation is still exclusive.
Yeah, it's still exclusive. It's very good. It's very good. And it provides the baby everything the baby needs. So it helped me too to reduce in weight, cut down the baby fats and things like that. Then it also encourages uterus involution. It helps the uterus to contract and then expel the clots and the blood and all the excesses that needs to be excreted from the body. So it helped me. The exclusive breastfeeding helped me.
And to help that low chair to quickly go.
Yeah.
Low chair, by the way, is the bleeding a new mom will have.
Yes.
Either vaginal or cesarean.
Yeah, either vaginal or cesarean. You have lochia. At first, you have the bright red, which can be, gushing out. It will be more at, first 2 weeks. Then after some people have it 2 weeks and then that's it. But some of us have it for like 6 weeks, some 8 weeks. So it depends on individual, but breastfeeding encourages it to come out.
It's really
and then another thing that breastfeeding does, it helps you to go back to your to
the
shape.
pregnancy shape.
Yes, although some of us have big tummy, we have that
love your body, please.
But it helps you to, let me use that word, snatch back.
No pressure. No pressure for moms, please.
No pressures. It takes some of us time. I've not gone back to my pre-gravid weight, but we should also try in the process. Some of us, when we are breastfeeding, we tend to eat this.
Oh, tell me about breastfeeding.
But there's something I noticed, and then I realized here there are some things that they have that help with lactating mothers, like the lactating cookies.
And it's good to drink water consistently.
And some teas, some natural teas, like the what do you call it? Is it
fenugreek?
Fenugreek, yeah.
Fenugreek.
So they have that here that you can take it.
Support lactation. But without some of that, you can still lactate well. So let me tell. I know you're a nurse, but I also think that even in our healthcare team, advocacy, exclusive breastfeeding is not really encouraged, because people think the stress of breastfeeding erodes the possibility of it. It's possible. I shared my experience with you, busy with PhD, working, but I was able to prioritize some meals that helped me lactate well. I never bought any cookie. Yeah, I think someone gave it to me, but I don't need lactation cookie.
You know what I did?
And even your birth size, those things are meat. They don't affect your breastfeeding rate. It can really impact you, maybe your breastfeeding rate if you don't have enough rest, support, you're not eating well. But if you're hydrating well, eating healthy meal, and oatmeal, by the way, is really good. Like
oatmeal. Do you know what I realized?
Lactogogs, drinks, and things like that.
Even ogi. Even our natural pap.
Yes, indigenous food.
Yeah, I did pap.
Eat swallow.
I did pap before delivery. I bought corn. I didn't even know I can get that kind of corn here. I got corn and then made my pap myself and kept it in the freezer. And it really helped me. Postpartum. Immediately after I had my baby, I told my husband to make the pap. And then I had pap. I had the pap, and the milk started flowing.
And put the baby to breast immediately.
Immediately. It started flowing immediately. And I was drinking a lot of water.
But what do you think about the cold water they give you in the hospital? In Nigeria, people drink hot something. In the US here, my experience after giving birth, they gave me a cup with ice in it, and I'm like, I just gave birth. Mind you, I had a vaginal delivery, but it doesn't still matter that a new mom trying to navigate the lot chair and just being on the bed after delivery, they were giving me ice cubes.
When you take, although from the start, I've not really been an advocate of hot water after delivery.
I mean cultural lens. That's what I'm looking at.
In Nigeria, they will tell you to take hot pap, hot amala, hot water, everything hot.
Hot food.
Everything hot, that your tummy would be hot. Do you know what?
Science doesn't back that up.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
It's preference.
Because before the water gets into your stomach, it's the temperature has changed. The temperature has changed before it gets into
the body temperature regulates itself.
So by the time you have the cold water they give us here, by the time it gets into the stomach too, the body changes the temperature. And then, so it doesn't really matter whatever you take, if it's hot. And then, how soothing was it when you took the cold water?
Let me give you a backstory. I gave birth during the winter, February.
Okay.
And you now gave me ice cubes inside winter.
But you can reject it. You can say no.
So after the delivery, we were moved upstairs. The delivery ward is different from where you recover.
Okay.
And then the people that brought the food, I think from the food service, just dropped the food and covered it. And so by the time I said, let me sip, my husband went back home to bring other things, the flags and things like that. And then I said, let me sip water. For me to cold water. And by the way, I prefer hot food. I don't eat cold food just by way of preference. So that was shocking to me because my mom calling from Nigeria like everything hot, even your tummy, try to do everything to recover. And then I was drinking ice cubes. I'm like, everything hot, but ice cubes, But it doesn't matter.
But you can actually ask for if you have preference for hot water, you can actually ask the nurses.
Yes, I did afterwards. I told them, blah, blah. And then my husband was like, is there a place we can microwave? And then they showed us place. We didn't have to stay for long though, but we were shown things to do, like the break room we could use, and it was really a good experience. But it's just different from Nigeria,
It's
from what I've heard, and as the first time I'm like, this is different.
Another thing I found that was different was the scar. Okay. They don't clean CS scar here.
For you?
They don't clean it here. That's the standard in ECU here. They don't clean scar. In Nigeria, you have to, be cleaning.
The nurses will help you and things like that.
You don't even need to clean it. Like when we came out from the OR, the doctor I asked the doctor, when do I remove the what do you call it?
That was the operating room. Even after coming out from
after coming out from the operating room, I asked the surgeon, when should I remove the dressing and start dressing? He said, no, you don't even have to dress. You don't even have to
even after 6 years.
You don't even have to dress anyone. You don't have to dress one. You know what you have to do? Remove the dressing tomorrow. After you remove the dressing, clean, have your bath, then damp with towel. That's it. But in Nigeria, we clean, we wipe with.
Because maybe you are trying to remove like any issue of wound or scar.
Yeah, the reason is this. Before delivery here, they would have given you this soap. Before your scheduled surgery, they would have given you a soap, an antibacterial soap. That's what you used to bathe.
Before coming to the OR.
Yes, you bathe with it the night before, and then you bathe with it the morning.
What about people that have emergency cesarean?
They use it to clean their body. Okay, they use it to clean their body before the surgery.
So it helps the skin.
It cleans your skin. Bacteria has no way on your body. That's the thing. And then the scar is cleaner. When you look at my scar, you cannot even say this is where it is, and it's just barely 3 months. You see, but in Nigeria, when you look at the scar,
don't worry, our Nigerian system is getting better.
We are getting better. We are getting close. One thing that causes the scar to be like that is infection. Okay. Sometimes, and that's why you still have to clean too. Okay. So if you don't clean, sometimes some people have keloids as a result of infection. And sometimes it breaks down.
We are getting towards the end of this session, trust me. But before I allow Mrs. Damilola Alwell leave here, it's been a good time.
Thank you.
What resources will you share with some of our mothers that choose to formula feed? It's breastfeeding month, and I'm an advocate of exclusive breastfeeding, especially for the first 6 months of life. No water, nothing, except breast milk. But sometimes it doesn't happen. We have some moms go through issues where their children have to go to the neonate ward, or some have some preterm delivery, and issues can happen. I'm not close at it. As a healthcare professional, you follow standard care practice. So when people choose to formula feed or combine feeding methods like breastfeeding and formula feed, will you share some of your experiences, or what do you think?
I had a cultural shock.
Oh yeah, cultural shock.
When I came
to the state.
When I had my baby.
Okay.
Because in Nigeria we advocate for exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months.
That's the standard, though.
That's the standard, yes. But it's just a pity here. They don't preach it. They don't encourage. Even from the hospital, even during antenatal period, they'll be asking you, do you want to breastfeed or bottle feed. It's just like choice, people's choice. You know,
yeah, you have a good choice to pick as a mom, but you pick the best choice. Advocate for the best choice for our kids.
Yes. And when I chose to breastfeed, at least for the first 3 months, I said I'm going to breastfeed exclusive. My baby ended up having jaundice. Okay. And by the time we took the baby to the clinic, I learned that we need to bottle feed with formula.
Why?
Here in US, in America here, we don't have enough vitamin D in the breast milk. So for you to pass on the vitamin D, the baby needs vitamin D. So breast milk is deficient of vitamin D because there's no sun here. You get vitamin D from sun. Unlike back home, you have enough sun. In fact, you have excess of it in Nigeria. But here, we don't have enough. And then so the formula they give to the baby here have enough vitamin D. So I was told if you insist that you want to breastfeed your baby, then you have to get supplements, vitamin D.
So they would have advocated about you giving vitamin D supplementation, because that also comes to postpartum preparation. I had a birth plan, and I don't know if your doula. Oh, you said you didn't use doula.
I didn't use
doula. Varying experience, and that's why we have conversations like this, Wellbeing Matters, to share our experiences and also advocate for a good health practice. So my physician, like the OB, told me, oh, if you want to have breastfeeding as a standard after like delivery, prepare for your doula's action or next steps. So I told the doula that we need a birth plan. So she already told me if you are breastfeeding, you have to get vitamin D supplements. So she gave me a list of things to prioritize. Then she also told me about how to get this nasal spray for babies, because sometimes it was winter. I gave birth in winter, and so sometimes because of the cold, even though you dress the baby up to prevent cold, they can have clogged nose. So nasal spray, I bought nasal spray. I had vitamin D. Because 2 days after giving birth, you still have to go and see the pediatrician, and they will have to check if your baby has lost that birth weight.
10% birth weight.
And so for me, they're like, oh, your baby is within the weight range, but do you think you can still breastfeed? I said, yes, I will breastfeed this baby.
They keep asking that question.
Yes, so
they gave me.
I got a lactation consultant. I gave birth in Texas, so there was lactation consultant standby the second day of appointment, and so the lactation consultant helped me more about my latching, because I had issues with breastfeeding at first, but because I was well prepared, I bought what's it called? There's this thing for inverted nipple that you get.
Okay. How do I say it now? You use it to bring out the nipple.
Yes, for the child, especially
like
because
suction.
Yes. It skipped my memory, but maybe it's mommy brain. So they helped me, and then they gave me some measurements. So aside that Mandela breastfeeding pump they gave me bottles, the smaller bottles that you help you, the meals. So like
the one of 30 mils.
Yeah, so I was measuring. So I started pumping early, but I tried to stay consistent, not to give my baby bottle for the first 6 weeks, just to help establish that latching process.
And then
bonding too. So then with measuring with those meals, those small tiny bottles. So I had the small tiny bottles, then I had those Mandela bottles. So while pumping the milk, my husband was standby too. At least for the few months he was with me before he left back. He was able to help me measure, like, oh, the baby must have at least
30 mils at first, then 60 mils.
And then I think when I resumed work after 6 weeks, we were able to monitor. She must have at least, was it 5 mils per 30 minutes or 1 hour? I can't remember.
In 2 hours, 60 mils.
Yeah, 2 hours.
When did you resume? 6 weeks?
Yes, I resumed 6 weeks.
So
we were measuring, those things that she's a toddler. I can't remember all those measurements. So I would label the breast milk bag, bottle. So he was even doing it like regimentally to give the baby. But at a point, I received so much support. Anyways, back then in Texas at work, they gave me breastfeeding breaks. So I'll go and pump. They had breastfeeding room.
Too.
Yes, ECU Health.
Yeah.
So as we're wrapping up, we're just sharing experiences breastfeeding one, and also saying that it's possible. But actually, in the United States, the healthcare prioritize mixed feeding. That one. They are not saying don't breastfeed, but they sometimes believe you are doing too much as a mom.
Yes. I think they want you to have good mental health because it can be draining. Breastfeeding
with no support and nothing, and that's the way their system is. Because we grew up in Nigeria, we know people will come to your house, bring food. How many people have people that bring food for them? Especially you're living in a neighborhood, you don't know your next door neighbor. So for this month of breastfeeding, please, if you have a breastfeeding mom like I have here, please look out for them, cheer them up, get them a gift, because it's their month. They are doing the most. And we as mothers, if you're breastfeeding or you're not, or you plan to have a child soon, no, breastfeeding is a full-time work. And motherhood, there's no PTO, there's no vacation, but prioritize rest. She just said that. Give us your parting words on this breastfeeding month. What do you think?
I think as moms, we should try our best, but we should not overwork ourselves.
Okay.
Let's take care of ourselves. Anything you're going through during that postpartum period, please let the health care provider know about it.
Yes.
Whatever it is, let them know. They are always ready to help, and let them know on time. Please, when you're feeling somehow and you think you're not okay, just let them know. You're bleeding too much, your mental health is not okay, you are unhappy about things around you, you are sad, your mood swing is just going to the extreme. Please let people around you know about it. So that's all I have. You have all the support you have around you. Just make use of it.
I just say you have all the support. I'm like, in the United States,
you can have them. You can still have them.
We can build our support system, and you also have to be friendly. So in our parting words, well-being matters. You are important, but also build genuine connections.
You don't have to do it alone.
We've known each other. It's less than a year. Trust me. You have to be intentional about building your connection. If you want that village, you have to build it. Especially as immigrants, as people not living in your native community, you have to build it. Even with your colleagues, I have so many friends from different racial backgrounds. I have Asian friends, I have white friends, I have people from Pakistan, Nepal.
Don't isolate yourself.
So you are not saying that because you're African you can only be close to African people. No, in church, at work, build your community.
A white friend brought food for me. She had to be telling me how to prepare it.
What did she bring?
I've forgotten the name. She prepared the cheese with macaroni.
Casserole.
Somebody
gave me casserole. It's a native. So thank you so much. So you see, we are eating casserole here in the United States. So till next time we come your way, happy World Breastfeeding Month. And thank you, Mrs. Damilola. She's still breastfeeding. So happy World Breastfeeding Month. Take care. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.